guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Another new pen day. This gorgeous one in the middle. This is the second of two pens I bought at the Melbourne Pen Show in November last year. This is a vintage Lady Sheaffer in the Paisley, I think is what this pattern is called. I fell in love with this from the second I saw it. It has, it almost looks like the nib's been dropped, but it's actually a Triumph nib is what it's called. This one, I'm just trying to get that in focus. This Sheaffer, let's see if I can do that, was made in Australia. So you can see there, Sheaffer Australia. I don't know, see how it's got that slight up at the tip there? That's not a damaged nib, that's on purpose. So that is a Triumph nib. I just cannot tell you how much. Oh, let's get back into focus. How much I love this pen. I thought I'd do some size comparisons. So this is next to a Parker Vac, and this is a Pilot E95S. Look, the pen is on the smaller side. It's a Lady Sheaffer, you know, back in the day, designed for women, women's hands, etc. That's what it looks like when they're capped. If we take them off, I'm just going to align it here so we can see. They kind of become a bit more comparable. I mean, you're not going to use the E95 unposted, so when you do it that way, the E95 obviously looks like a much bigger pen. I don't write with this pen posted, and I'm actually not sure it's designed, like you can, but I just get worried about scratching that. So if I was to post it, that's what it would look like, but I personally don't. And there you go. So it's a pen that is on the smaller side, but for someone like me, it's perfect. It feels really nice in terms of the weight distribution throughout your hand. It just sits really comfortably. Also, sometimes I've had experiences with, I guess, thinner pens that I've kind of, my hands have cramped a lot more quickly, and that absolutely hasn't been the case with this one. And I just think that's about the weight distribution, the length of the section, everything else. It's a cartridge pen. It needs the Sheaffer cartridges in there. From everything I've seen, you cannot get a converter. It is cartridge only. This is inks with Pilot Iroshizuku Inoho at the moment. So let's have a look, and I'll tell you, I love this pen so much that I then, a few days after using it non-stop, was looking at other Lady Sheaffers on eBay in the middle of the night, and there was one that looked like a good price from America, and I was like, oh, the bidding ends overnight, so I put a bid on it, like, you know, 50 cents or something above what was being asked, thinking that I would just see when I wake up kind of what it would go for, and I actually won it. So I very shortly will be in the possession of another vintage Lady Sheaffer, and I cannot wait because I just love this so much. So in terms of the line it's putting down, I guess that's like a fine. It just feels like a nice line. It's a really nice amount of ink. It's not a gusher by any means, but I don't want it to be. It feels really nice and smooth. Depending on the paper, it seems to be quite paper dependent in terms of how wet it will be, but overall, I just think it's a really beautiful writing experience. The Triumph. And maybe I'll just put in brackets, this is one that was made in Australia. And let's have a look here at a bit of a writing sample. It is a very stiff nib, which I don't mind whatsoever because the ink that it lays down just feels fantastic. I really can't see, that's me putting some pressure and there's just nothing there. because that's just not what it's designed to do, which is fine. I actually haven't tried reverse writing with this pen. Feels quite scratchy. I almost felt like I was gonna rip the page then. And what we'll do here is we'll do one that's straight away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can do a 10. So I just think it's gorgeous. I love this kind of paisley pattern. I love the blue underneath. I actually think that ink matches quite nicely with it. I wasn't sure when I put it in, but I've really enjoyed it. Every time I pick up this pen to write with it, the experience is wonderful. The line weight, the wetness, the way it feels in your hand, everything I've just absolutely fallen in love with. And I don't know, maybe I'm gonna only become a Lady Sheaffer, a vintage Lady Sheaffer pen collector now. That's how much I've fallen in love with it at the moment. And it kind of rounds off. I bought 2 pens at the pen show. You've seen the video for this one, my pen's by Casey. And this, so first ever pen show purchase, and this is, I guess, my first ever vintage pen at a pen show purchase. I didn't want to just get anything willy-nilly, and I'm so happy that I kind of put a lot of thought into it and did 2 considered buys, and that I'm just so in love with both of them. So that is, I guess that that's my little 2-part Melbourne Pen Show pen haul. I love them so much. They're very different, but they're both really beautiful writers, and in their own time and in their own way, you can see that a lot of thought went into them when they were being made, which I think is awesome. All right, that'll leave us here for now. Sometimes these pen videos aren't the longest in the world, but I really think you're coming to kind of see the pen, see how it writes, and then, you know, get on with your day. So that's kind of how I approach them. I would love to know if you have any Lady Sheaffers. Do you have a favorite pattern? What ink pairings you find go really well with them, or any other vintage Sheaffer pens. This is my first Sheaffer in general, so I have a lot to learn about the brand as a whole. So I would love for you guys to share your knowledge. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll chat to you guys again soon. Bye.